I haven't had the funds or the resources or even the hope, really, that I would be able to accomplish a kidney transplant. But I think I'm going to get through it.
You're gonna get
You will,
there.
man.
You got a ton of support behind you. You've got, you've raised the money, and
Y'all did it.
we're not stopping. Well, we're not stopping there.
Elijah, thank you for coming all the way from Colorado Springs to join us here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. My first time meeting you, and I know you have some strong history with Darby. Tell me a little bit about that.
I heard of Darby years ago. We used to skate Richardson High School.
Oh, really?
And there they have a massive handrail. And I used to rollerblade too, which I got made fun of. But this handrail was so hairy that the skaters and the rollerbladers wouldn't touch it.
So I don't want to interrupt you, but
Yeah.
I know this handrail very well because I used to skateboard.
Yeah.
And I've heard so many horror stories about that handrail.
It's gnarly. It's a handrail even today. You would still make a name for yourself skating that rail.
So I went to Pierce, so Richardson was our rival.
Yep.
Rival high school.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he was just a little kid, and I'd heard that he board slid this rail like wearing some shorts, and I was like, no way. There's absolutely no way.
My man.
Darby is an animal on a skateboard. But I heard about him through that board slide, and from that day on, I just said, I got to meet that guy. Come to find out, we lived in the same neighborhood, and we had we shared our stories, our upbringing, how it was very similar. And from there.
Were you pro at this time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Or walking through that door.
He was traveling the country or the world as a professional. And then, in what year did the pancreatitis? When did this happen?
That was 2009.
2009.
Yep. Acute pancreatitis. I didn't even see it coming. And I've always prided myself on, being fit and healthy. So it came as a real shock to me. Woke up about 2 weeks later out of an induced coma, and that's when I learned that I was stage 4 renal failure, and that in order for me to not live the rest of my life on dialysis, I would need a kidney transplant. And I kind of laughed at them like, you're exaggerating, I'll be fine. And they said, you basically have about 8 weeks to regain kidney function, or if you don't regain kidney function within 8 weeks, you'll be on dialysis.
So have you been on how long have you been on the list for a kidney? And how does that all work? Because imagine, you've got this, imagine the days before GoFundMe.
Yeah.
And before charities and organizations that do raise money for stuff like this. If there's no hope for you raising that kind of money, do you just not?
You just die.
You just can't get a kidney.
That is exactly how it works.
Wow.
So how does it change when you have the money? Does that change it?
Oh yeah, because money talks, but once you can go to them and be like, listen, I've got the support and I've got the resources to make this happen, then they take you more seriously. And with me, they've been kind of wanting to put me at the top of the list, but I haven't had the funds or the resources or even the hope, really, that I would be able to accomplish a kidney transplant. But I think I'm going to get through it.
You're going to get
You will,
there.
man.
You got a ton of support behind you. You've got, you've raised the money, and
Y'all did it.
and we're not stopping. Well, we're not stopping there. The beauty we've talked before. Having a big social media following is awesome, but what matters is this right here. What we were able to do in just over a month.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
you posted that?
it's mind blowing. I've seen a lot of amazing things in my life, but this is probably without a doubt the most amazing thing that I've seen. And I didn't see it coming. My roommate was he saw me struggling, and he was like, "We got to get you a GoFundMe." And my love language is serving. Like, I like giving. I like empowering other people. I don't do well when people are giving to me and empowering me. And so he knew I was uncomfortable about it, so he waited till I went to bed, and he started the GoFundMe, and then he told me the next morning, he's like, look, you're going to be upset at me, but I had to follow my heart, and I started you a GoFundMe, and I freaked out. Like, I seriously freaked out, and I started having anxiety.
So walk us through what's the next steps? How do you know, or how long do you have to wait? How do they go about selecting it? And then tell us about the recovery time and stuff, because I can assume that just, I've mentioned it when we were launching this, you needed this much to pay for it. There's going to be downtime. There's going to be recovery. You're going to be out of work. So we're going to keep pushing this to make sure you've got nothing to worry about for a while. So tell us.
Well, at this point, now that there have been funds raised, I can go in and tell them, listen, I've got support, I've got resources, so you all need to make me a priority. But just being alive and being able to enjoy my life is a blessing, and that's what I'm looking forward to. It's just being able to enjoy my life again, because everything is based around dialysis. Everything is based around, how I feel with my kidneys.
And how often do you have to do dialysis?
3 times a week. I'm gonna go after this interview, 4 hours at a time.
What do you want your life to look like? What do you want to do?
I have been just struggling for so long to have a normal life that I've forgotten like how to dream like that, because everything is just dialysis. I've given up on life. I've just been kind of living off the vapes of skateboarding and teaching and production, because it's just what keeps me alive, I guess. But I don't know what the good life would be after a transplant. Just being able to wake up and not know, and know I don't have to go to dialysis, and being able to just hang out with my dogs, being able to travel again. I guess that would be the good life. Something in me just keeps telling me, you're going to get through this. You're going to get through this. And so I believe that voice inside me to be true. And so right now the focus for me is just getting through this chapter. And once I get through this chapter, whatever is for me will present itself. And I'll embrace it and make the most of it. So.
It's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Well, we're here to support you.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely.
Beyond grateful. Beyond grateful.